Go. Alright, we are going to have a match of Alfred versus the End while we talk about Vanguard recap on episode 119. Well, I know Elliot said something about it earlier.
Something, everyone in the world hated it. I'm like,
really?
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone wanted to suck Daigo's dick, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is the only reason why this episode exists. Aside from the fact that he's the sole reason why the student council now looks like bitches.
Yeah.
They always look like bitches.
They are bitches.
More of a biata.
Drinking their tea.
More of a biatacha. Pretty much, they do the fight while they're in the middle of the fight, while people outside are like, hey, Daigo's in the play. It's like, oh yeah, even though I'm not interested in Cardfight Vanguard whatsoever, I'm gonna go watch see him, because apparently he's a celebrity in the span of 9 months. Which makes sense, because, you know, he has his own manly chauffeur.
Yep, car gave up filters.
Yeah, it's just like Team Ultra Rare. They...
Fish everywhere for no reason.
And they're just associated with Cardfight Vanguard.
Brave Gull Wing.
Oh, well. I don't care.
Good. I need cards.
Okay. Because this is MLB.
One thing I'd like to add, I think the anime might be getting more popular, or Bushiro just decided to put more money into it, because this episode had a lot more budget than usual.
You can only drive check medias.
Well, it did, but 3 animation studios, so, you know, they trade off the job.
Still, usually 3 animation studios would still be like, oh, we're just going to give the same consistent level of meh. But this time they're like, hey, let's put this scene right here that's got shading and movement and just, oh my god. There was a certain scene where I was just like, oh, it's done.
It is more than what they usually do, which is a photo that they took and put up.
Corian is a fucking moron when she's playing. Dear God.
Pretty much.
You have a Vanguard with a critical. Let's attack with a thing that he doesn't need to guard at all. Let him take his 5th damage and then guard everything else.
Oh, okay. That's pretty badass.
You could attack Gordon, you know.
How much is it on the
And then the only card we know from Daigo is Burr.
Well, we know there was a
Rengull exists.
Rengull, and there's a grade 1 Jewel Knight of some kind.
And there's a mysterious 6K grade 1 with a harp. We probably think it's a Tron clone.
That would be bad.
$4? Oh, better.
We did see the Sanctuary Guard Dragon in action.
Yeah,
though.
but we already knew what it was.
Yeah, we did.
The only thing we don't know is Well,
we know what Ambrosius.
Yeah, we know what he is. He's kind of lackluster.
Soul drop on draw.
Yeah, that was very disappointing when I was like, oh hey, another card yet, put
Why
him on the
not
Daigo
move the
list.
soul draw one? Give paladins a thing they can use.
Well, then Pringo would be very, very terrible.
Prim is already pretty terrible. Why did it have the Prim Gull, by the way? It was so much cooler when we thought it was Pringull.
Yep, Ringo is great.
Oh, a Marin. Something I need to burn.
Yep. What else was there aside from just the fights and a play? Well, they kept on shipping Misaki and Korin even harder.
So hard.
Hands, guys.
Every single freaking millisecond, my brain was going, now kiss.
What's the gay marriage policy in Singapore?
The anime's from Japan.
Oh, good point. I always thought Vanguard came out of Singapore.
No. It's just that they get the dub on TV.
Okay. That's where my thinking came from.
One more.
Oh, that was silly.
Gay things are gay.
Anyway.
And we were just talking about gay things. It's happening.
I just looked over and suddenly Elliot had lost.
It's just that people just didn't like the show the episode because it was mostly like all about Daigo, even though in the end people were also cheering for Korean.
Shock and surprise Daigo showed up and the episode became about him.
All it was season 1 and whole episode dedicated.
Where did you come from? Well, I'm Daigo.
Well, I'm Daigo, you see.
Just what kind of explanation is that?
I love the random English, by the way.
Nice to meet you. You.
Also, he keeps coining new phrases every time he shows up. Let's have fun vanguarding.
Oh, that reminds me. When they did the stand-up Vanguard thing,
Yeah, he goes-
the pause, the very long pause. Da.
Well,
I love how Court even knew the cue. She knew, I'm going to have to pause for this. I must pause for Daigo so that he can say the.
I think they think Daigo's more important than he actually is.
Daigo is Jesus.
Because when that comes over here, I don't know.
well,
It's
Phil.
gonna be played off exactly the same way.
Yeah.
And that's gonna not work at all.
Yeah, because Phil Collins can't really quite deliver with that voice. I mean, later on, well, in episode 83, his voice kept on getting higher pitched, and it doesn't fit his character at all.
If only
I mean-
he was Mexican.
I mean,
No,
like with
if only he were Dan Green.
that too.
I've been fine with him something like this or something like that.
Heck, just change his name from Daigo to Dan. Or Mr. Green. Well, I'm Mr. Green.
I'm Dan
I'm
Green.
bigger than Jesus.
What was I gonna say?
Or something like
Well,
that.
the
I
only
don't know.
problem is like with most anime characters, you can have them just have a generic white voice, but because they're just a character. Daigo is literally an Asian guy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be Asian
What's the
today.
easiest way to make someone sound like an Asian guy? Give him an Asian guy.
They could have done anything. They should have done anything other than get no name guy to do the voice,
Well-
since the show treats him like he's such an important person.
Well, yeah, it's just the thing that is, Ellie and I noticed that most of the cast for that show is also from people who did the English dub of My Otome and My Hime.
Yeah, Ocean Studios.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, except for Daigo, if I recall himself.
No,
Which
he
I
played
recall
a pedophile.
Well, that doesn't make it better, Dan.
Daigo is a pedophile.
That arguably makes it worse.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Bagels.
That's the thing. No, you.
Shut up, Dan.
Does anyone else want their little board thing they had the entire time? Like, I just love that, like, Emmy and her imaginary friend rolled
16.
out this giant board, had the entire decks pre-made, and
apparently-
knew what they had, and were able to stick it up.
Apparently, it's not on. They weren't playing on a motion figure system because they had to have that.
And now I know that Daigo did not have cancer that episode. He's just pretending that he's dying to friendship, which what most people do actually in the States.
Friendship.
Friendship, my one weakness.
Bye.
Why was he there?
Because he is Daigo.
I just don't understand.
Well, they needed a way to make it so that Corinne shows up in time,
Why he got my...
and
2 saves the day.
yeah.
Here's how you do it. Have
Daigo's a
Daigo not
real hero.
have Daigo not be related to this at all, and when you want to showcase his stuff, have them be watching a tournament on TV, and he's the exhibition match for it. Establishes him as a legendary fighter because apparently he's important enough that he gets invited to tournaments.
Yep.
Not just some guy who they just find off the street and bring into a school,
That's another
like the
thing.
pedophile that he apparently is, according to Dad.
That ending though was great, where he just hops in the car, has all this food he bought for the festival. He's like, I love school festivals. He goes to them. So once again, Daigo, pedophile. But then he's like trying to tell a joke, and his driver's just like, no.
Yep, Jared didn't even give him the dignity.
Daigo is just a pedophile with a nice car.
Hey, I like to live that life too.
Shut up, Dad.
Oh no.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
I'm
you're
going
not.
to die.
Elliot, I don't think you understand the power of that.
Yeah.
I think I do. Wow, I really wasn't going to die.
I said.
Eat. Oh, yeah, eat.
So does anyone else have anything to
Overlord.
say?
Well,
Oh, it's
there's
nothing,
that, like,
there's nothing else to say about it.
it was supposed to be, it was supposed to play off that, like, our 3 Alfreds. That, like,
I don't think you do, Dan.
it's just that, oh, now that some famous guys here, the play is going to get more popular.
And
Which
guess
they
it-
could have
it
just
did.
done with Ultra Rare,
Yeah.
just bringing Corrine back and just having all 3 of them there.
Funny.
Actually, yeah, that's the perfect solution. Just have all 3 of them there. They perform a concert.
Because not only do
They
I,
were all there, too.
because not only am I pretty sure they could have a vehicle set up, they did have a vehicle,
Yeah.
It got stuck in traffic.
but they
Yeah.
managed to get there in relative time
Apparently,
anyway.
was allowed to cheat. Because
He-
he just zoomed by.
He's driving on the sidewalk.
Wait, no, wait, I guess they weren't stuck in traffic. Maybe their bus died. And it was
Then how did they get
sabotage.
there?
Why? Yeah. Why
don't
did
know.
they stop? they didn't really write it out that well.
No, they didn't.
Nope.
Nothing with Daigo was written well.
They were
Nope.
just like, damn it, we have to get Daigo.
An episode of Daigo is just an episode to suck his cock.
And Corrine lost again because she was playing on camera.
Yeah. Not allowed to win.
And the magical Palamedes.
Yeah. The grade 3 Palamedes suddenly became the grade 2 Palamedes. It didn't matter.
I want to say it was like a little Easter they did on purpose. Because
Maybe.
how else?
They've had mistakes like this before.
I
Like,
blame Emmy and her magical friends' board of mysticism.
like, Kamui once attacked a dueling dragon Zanbaku, but when they flash back, it was a maiden of trailing rose. So, these things happen.
Oh yeah, another thing I want to mention about Rengal.
Rengal is probably a Guru clone.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Because
She guarded with 10.
yeah, even though it's 14. Yeah, it's 14. If not, it's like Snowgall, but it's just that it only gets 1,000 power in a copy of it, but it can't stack like Snowgall.
Or maybe
Or if you
Corey's,
have more grade 1s than your opponent.
or maybe Corey's just a bad player.
She is. Attacking Gordon was the right move, not make the move that makes him do nothing.
Yeah.
When
And
you
just,
have 2 criticals. Yeah. God damn it.
You're so mad.
So mad. I'm so bad.
I'm mad and angry.
I don't know why they just have Daigo just be not like character.
Just have Daigo show up every so often, just like, hey, it's our big brother Daigo. Heyo.
Well, he does,
Well, it's
but he
good.
just shows up in the middle of storylines.
Yeah, he just needs to be there consistently.
All they really need to do.
What exactly did Naoki say? Does he play the hero type? And then Aiji's like, no, he's a real hero.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the point where I thought,
Keep jacking off his ego, guys. Keep doing it.
He was supposed to be like, hey, Daigo wanted to go to the school festival because it was old school. And then he was with Ultra and whatnot because he became a celebrity for some reason.
well, I guess if you're a man who can magically teleport to random locations, you'd get pretty popular.
Again, we even figure out. I already explained the way that they can fix it so they can advertise his cards
Yep.
without making him take over the story. Just have him be in a tournament as an exhibition match. Done. He's important enough that he gets a special card fight to himself.
Yep.
Done. You don't have him coming last minute to rescue people from a school play gone wrong.
Well, you see, Vanguard still right now doesn't know if they're a slice of life series or a card game
What?
show. Hopefully they'll figure that
Kind
out.
of both.
It's cheaper by the
Right now it's kind of more a slice of life. Heck, the episode before that didn't even have card games in it.
About
Exactly.
card
They
games.
don't know what they want to do right now, and they need to figure that out. And
Oh,
when are we
they're
going to see the title of this series, Link Joker?
They're getting into it. They're just not allowed to do it now.
Why not?
Because the cards are coming out later.
Man, they're taking longer than season 1 did. Season 1 had a reason for it.
That's one of the things I don't like about when they show off cards. It's like, just show us the cards so we can get excited for them and people will want to buy them.
I set so many Sayori Himes on fire.
Except you didn't, because we don't have them yet.
Shop.
But you will. We all will.
Yeah.
Because fuck that card.
And we will light them
Oh,
on fire.
yeah.
and that's another
It
thing.
was the reason why it's like most episodes like, hey, look at this new card. We're not going to show you any of its skills or effects until a month later.
Actually, and speaking of that, that's another thing they did. It was an episode completely devoted to Daigo playing the card game.
Yeah.
He was
They
in-
showed us the whole game. They didn't explain any effects.
Yeah, it shows the game, but they didn't explain anything that was actually happening.
It's season 2 all over again.
It's kind of like what's happening right now. We're not really explaining what's happening. We're just showing what's going on.
11.
I don't need American.
The only difference is, at least these are cards that you
Yeah, you can look
can
these
know
up.
about or look up or something.
23.
You can't do that with Daigo's cards, at least not all of them.
Have we showcased both of these decks?
No, there's just Alfred in the end.
There's not really much to
There's
showcase.
nothing to explain. They are what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, if we had already done a showcase of these
Oh,
decks,
here, I'll
then
showcase
yeah.
it right now. Alfred deck that has one Palamedes grade 2 in it. Done.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And then typical DOTE.
Oh, and also 4 grade 3
defining about
Palamedes.
Yeah, it's,
One of these is mine, by the way.
yeah,
it's
that's
a good build,
really it.
don't
I'm
like-
sure they really wanted to know that, Dan.
No, it's because I have 4 Palamedes in my hand. I opened 3.
What the crap? What are you doing?
Something amazing.
Well, keep remembering.
On the topic of the Daigo set, though, I want to know your guys' opinion. What do you...
It's the best set ever because they have a starter that isn't vanilla. And we're going to assume it's just like Trial Deck 4 and 5. 4 common Pendragons, also known as
Maybe.
the Auxiliary Vanguard.
Yeah, we don't know what all the great things
Oh,
are.
speaking of Trial Decks, we now know some info on Shallow Paladin and Relief Joker ones.
Oh, I didn't see those!
Not much.
Oh.
We know name.
Badass.
Oh.
And we're probably going to assume that they'll suck-ish. It's going to be like... What they're
You
doing...
can tell they're going to suck just by their name?
No, we're just going to suck
No,
because
they're
the
the
pattern of Trial Decks.
They're the cover cards, therefore they are break rides, therefore they're probably doomed to mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you glad you asked?
Well, now I have conflicting emotions.
No, I shouldn't have done
Killing
that.
all the Palamedes.
Well,
All of them, Elliot?
All of them.
Palamedes.
I will kill all of them.
We'll
well,
find
one of
them.
them's in the soul, so you can't really get to it.
I'll kill him eventually.
Suck it!
Are you
Are
sure?
you sure?
I'm just kidding. Here.
We have yet to see the Soul Eater deck, so no. I don't think you
Uh,
can get
Oh,
in
it's a
it.
cross red. That's right.
Infinite Zero Dragon.
I pulled a heal and a draw.
Oh crap.
23.
Almost cost more than
I pull a heal too. So good at
That's
this game.
stupid.
So yeah, I guess that's it for
Tired. Get the tip.
episode blah blah blah.
Yeah, episode 119.
Let's see here. I'd rather get 4 packs.
Exactly.
Do we know what's happening in the next episode?
That's silly.
Oh, what was the preview?
Did they have one?
Get me some good
I
stuff.
almost feel like they didn't.
Oh, right. They're starting the
Oh, man, I
inter-school
need that.
tournament. Who's it?
Vanguard.
Oh, that's right.
They start with
Only left
Hitsue.
one
It's a
up.
rematch, and we know from previews and like other things.
Oh, Izaki and me was
I
gonna
have
go.
a whole list of all
No,
the bodyguards.
it's going to be Aichi and Izaki.
So
That's a
you put- you
rematch
put
that's
it
been
there,
waiting
most
like
likely.
over 100 episodes to happen.
Yeah. And then Miwa's going to stomp
Someone. I think it's going to be Kaimisaki.
Your deck first.
Kamisaki, and then Shingo's going to get wrecked by...
You have the reverse.
He's playing Spikes again.
He's going to get stomped
I
by
think so.
Seal, Hellfire, Dragon, Blockade, Inferno.
I almost say I wish she'd play Grand Blue, but that made Team Handsome would
How
show
about
up, and
now?
I don't ever want to see their dirty faces again.
Oh, speaking of that, guess what's happening in the next episodes of the dub?
I'm kind of.
I'm hiding behind an Elliot.
I'm not sure if I'm okay with this. Okay, I'm okay with this one.
Team Handsome's back in that dub next
That
week,
one I'm not
and
so
it's the episode we really
issue
don't
with.
like. That's saying a lot for season 2.
We're gonna have to do an episode on this.
Yeah, we'll probably
Because
do
it's
a whole
probably
episode
just
based
going
on
to be
that
us questioning all of logic and reality. We are going to unravel the secrets of life through hate.
Oh, this
Sounds
is
like a
even
plan to me.
numbers. God damn.
What?
alone. Sounds like a plan to me.
I never thought cross-riding would matter. I guess murdering all those Palamedes actually did something. Here? Yeah, you can hit it.
19.
No way.
What other Vanguard news?
I don't think there was much. Cardfight area finally updated.
Yeah.
It's reverse foil.
We know that Hesidio is going to be a rare. It's a given.
It says EX exalted and it has gold.
I wish there was more card
Yeah, I
news.
think I have it. I
Oh!
think it's like that.
This coming up is a sneak peek for Booster 8. So are we gonna do?
Oh
a
yeah,
video on
that's
that?
right. That's this. I don't know what we do video on. Maybe the aftermath of it we can talk
I don't
about.
care.
Yeah, since we did one for the
Booster
glory, that was.
We would have done one.
It's
For,
only going to be better this time because it's going to be a more fun tourney.
we would have done one for Extra Booster 1, but
There kind of wasn't one because it's extra booster one.
yeah.
So yeah, but I'm really excited for this one. No one else here, I don't think, is. I'm the only one.
Not on a personal level, but I do want to play in the draft tournament because
Yeah.
it's
I was if I had money.
The draft times are fun mostly because of the format and mats.
Unfortunately, yeah, like for Booster 5, I went in because, you know,
It's
kind of
going to
need
be
to get
better
those
than the last
MLBs
one
or something like that.
because we don't have to screw ourselves by choosing trigger or good card.
I need to put Diamantes in Dungaree if I ever actually did that.
Because it's now one of each, right?
You take the trigger.
Yeah. One trigger and then
You
another
take
card.
you take the trigger that's in there. There's exactly one trigger in
Yeah.
every one of these packs. So.
Yeah.
So one trigger, one card. Any other rules you want to update the people with since it's in a couple days? Or is that really the only main one?
Everything is every clan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Everything's every clan.
Which is nice.
Yeah, get it in!
Get it!
Which means everything works for everything.
Therefore, you use Diamantes with Zeal.
Oh, definitely. Oh, that's going to be painful.
I need to go look up what those two cards do.
Well, Diamantes attacks for +2 when it's making the first attack of the turn against the Vanguard. Then it switches places with the thing behind it. So you can attack with that new thing.
Psycho No Guard Cell.
Zeal counterblast 2 at limit break. Your opponent's Vanguard loses 1,000 for each of your D-Police rear guards. So that becomes very, very painful.
So you can play with Miracle Beauty and have both stands and crits.
Man, DOTE's so
Wait,
bad.
does that mean that if you use a musketeer? Wait, but does that mean that if you use a musketeer, you can basically just any of the 4 cards you draw?
No.
Oh no,
That's a name-based card.
That's an archetype,
Damn it, you
not,
Beata
not a
shit.
clan.
not a clan. Okay, got it.
Everyone's the same clan, not the same archetype.
All right.
I'd be so pissed if I
But you know,
didn't have...
all of those grade 3 searchers get all of the grade 3s.
Finally.
Fact. Those are numbers.
Bitch.
This is actually going to be my first draft tournament. I didn't participate in the first one because it was my job to helicopter around and find cards.
You're going to have fun.
If it's too much.
I'm
Also,
going to
for some reason,
stuff.
so far I can only make it up to top 2 in tourneys, but that's one because the first one was a throwaway fight, and the other one was just things.
just be happy you can,
Oh dear Jesus.
because I can't.
A lot of stuff. Stuff indeed.
That is a lot of stuff. Would you like to show them your stuff?
I need to get rid of some stuff first.
We tried to show the stuff, you immediately folded up. Elliot.
You're a jerk, Elliot.
Well, that's how I roll.
I should push you over.
You're making numbers, but not the right kind of numbers. So, Overlord.
Okay.
Oh god, the override's the card.
I'm gonna
What?
splurge. I'm gonna go down to 11 base, but that's fine. Play on.
There's my...
I don't know what triggers are, guys.
Stop sucking. And no. Just no.
Fine, go.
Elliot, what's going on here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Dang it.
also stay tuned because we might get just general Vanguard spoilers from Kero Kero Ace. Now heal.
No, it's just a red gem carbuncle. Obviously. Like.
Of course you draw the
Just like every month or so, we get.
Oh, wow, I burned a bunch of trees early somehow.
Yeah, Elliot, explain Kero Ace.
Magazine.
Monthly
Vanguard
magazine, we get Vanguard News.
We're probably hearing from it tonight.
Yeah, since we got face cards spoiled, we'll probably learn their skills along with the cards in the deck that aren't math cards, which is what I was about to say about the trial decks. It's just like,
they've revealed math cards before.
oh, that's gonna be terrible. Essentially, it is what you have right now for most trial decks is your grade 3 with limit break, one copy of a grade 2 that does something. Everything else is vanilla or makes numbers for certain situations.
Okay, math card.
They're not going to show us Blaster Dark.
Nope, they're not.
They're going to keep that a secret for as long as they can.
Bet he comes back with a stupid cape.
We already
He does
saw.
come back
We
with
saw
this.
him already.
He comes back
okay.
when he drops the cape.
I did not see him.
He was in the show. Ren put the card put the card up.
Apparently, I don't pay attention.
Actually, that was Marin.
Ha!
He decided to join the dark side after joining the darkish side. Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
This guy's gonna be eradicated.
Oh yeah, apparently they found the right solvent to get rid of ink on cards without destroying the card itself.
What was the acid again?
Cash. Could you tell us what the solvent was that you used on the cards?
Let's make them ghost first.
Ethyl alcohol used in hand sanitizer. We're not sure why goof off or even paint thinner did not work. But of course, hand sanitizer did.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos about Yu-Gi-Oh cards making them look like ghost
So
rares.
we're going to get to see Agravain's feet.
Well, we're not gonna scrape out the skill text, are we?
Why not?
Are you going to use Agravain, Dan?
No, it's just that I don't know if he deserves that much.
There you go.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Well,
about.
here's the thing. With hand sanitizer and an X-Acto knife, you can make a Yu-Gi-Oh card look like it's a ghost rare,
Better to use a metal nail file.
and make a Pokemon card look like a very terrible face card. Do it because you can. This one I like the most.
See if we can't get that to
You own a
shine.
metal-
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
That's what we use.
Look at that shine.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
We've done, as you can see, Yu-Gi-Oh cards gotten the treatment, Pokemon's gotten the treatment. Now we're going to try it with Vanguard.
It's okay, this is like $1.
Thanks.
And depending on what happens, we can have it happen to our Imperial Daughter next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because no one cares about Imperial Daughter.
Ever.
Just something to do when you have bad
And
foils.
there's nothing they can do to make her good.
Yep, we thought about it for long and hard. I know it's kept me up a couple nights.
No way. It has to be incredibly broken.
Things
A
that activate-
constant soaker.
They would be stealing Dimension Police's gimmick, but they could have activate in soul effects.
No, you just have a starter in your soul that just negates your Vanguard skill.
Or
And then she becomes vanilla.
what if they can't guard with grade 1 or greater units?
Pretty much. So make her a glory maelstrom.
Yes, always.
Okay, so you just have a grade 1 that boosts it, makes it a glory maelstrom, and then you have a peekaboo for free.
Here you go,
Peekaboo
boo!
doesn't go away fast enough.
Here goes the end of the turn, right?
No, it's just you put it in and then you take it out and you do it all about you and you do the hokey pokey.
See, why wouldn't you just build a clan like that where it's like everything comes out and then goes back in and the Vanguard's fine? That would have to be like an entire clan.
That's something Pale Moon could potentially do to railroad the opponent into attacking you, even though they don't necessarily want to.
Yeah, like that actually would be kind of interesting.
Long story short, there are
I
useless
attack,
cards in
and
Vanguard.
then I go in,
There
She
are,
shouldn't be.
but generally you can at least find a reason to use
Monster
them.
Frank is better than Imperial Daughter, guys,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have restraint.
That's the thing. Even Monster Frank, you can at least kind of use in some way, shape, or form.
Durable Bizarro Blue.
Imperial Daughter is like one of those only cards that you just can't.
It's a silly gimmick, but in the wrong situation, you're going to be crying inside. You're gonna have to play like 10 grade 3s.
The wrong situation being any situation where you use it.
Pretty much.
Okay, if you write it up front and you have a Coco, then why wouldn't you just be writing the Coco?
No, what you do
There's
is
no way.
No, you have to write it. Lulu comes out. Soul Blast, draw 1. Call Psychic Bird, move and Soul, draw 1. Release restrict with Lulu, swing with 21k with 2 critical.
Yeah,
And then you write Coco. Incredibly situation.
it's not happening, man.
Just Imperial Daughter, man.
So, we already did the good, bad, and gold on that, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, can't stop. The Rock.
Because it just baffles us so
It's just that terrible.
Oh yeah, I finally got around to testing out Fortuna and those Soul Witches for Genesis from Booster 11.
How much do you like plussing?
Dutch angles.
A lot.
What was it?
There
Use
was
your
this-
limit break to plus, what, 4?
I limit break with Iwanaga Hime to nuke the front row, and then I used 3 Witches. I plus 5'd. He died very quickly thereafter.
What, because he had like empty field?
Yeah. Basically. Well, he had like snow ghouls, and 2 snow ghouls in the back. I didn't really care. It's funny. And Fortuna just doesn't take no for an answer.
Pretty much with her is you swing with 1 column, and then you use your limit break and you soul
To
blast.
keep pulling all the things.
Soul blast the witches to get called over the things that already attacked, or more attacks.
Or if your field's, empty-ish, just bring them out. Her only downside is naturally pulling a double trigger, and when that's your pitfall, I think you're a pretty good card. Only one time has that actually screwed me. But it's so situational, it just... Yeah, I can't complain.
yeah, I believe that's it.
Yep.
We went on a lot of tangents.
Any last words before you die?
Well, stay tuned for next week, because
Your
we're
face,
probably
your
going to get
face,
a
your
lot
face,
more
your face.
information.
I showed her a bunch of YouTube poop Zelda, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway.
Great, I'll grab my stuff.
Your face.
Even Speedwagon is
My
confused.
face.
My face. Ganon will die.
Your parents.
Will die. Your teacher will die.
I think that's a good place to end.
Alright.
I'm going fishing.
Where is your majesty? Africa! That's all of a sudden quoting like 5-year-old videos. Excellent.
We're classy like that.
Throw that line, not here.
Alright, well, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Asshole.